So you can still have the wrist a bit, again, yeah. So here, instead of using, going back, intentionally you're doing this, just let the head go. Let the head go around here. Yeah, okay. So make a large arc using the whiteboard, make a large arc on this side. Yeah. Yeah, that way you can bring the hands higher.
So it's a large and high arc. So it's not large this way, it's like I take it up.
Yeah, so again, the hands are here. Yeah. Your target position is here. Yeah. Then from here to here, straight to this position. Yeah. And then when you try to have large arc, then what happens is this will be well extended here, going up here. Yeah. Right? Or for me, I'm going this way here. Yeah. So your hands are high enough. Yeah. And then you can easily go to the top position here. Yeah. But if you just try to spin, then hand always stays low. Then if you try to lift this up, club head may follow a bit steeper path, but your hands are still flat here. So again, by having a large arc in the backswing, yeah, you can move the hands around your body. And also when you start the backswing, always start with the pelvis motion here. Pelvis motion, and then bring this up here.
Yeah. Does it not start with, I like to, I try to start with my pelvis.
You tend to use arms, okay, or move the stick. But if you start and then if this side collapses, it's hard to do that. So, so from here, when you start with this and then keep this high, then you will be able to go here. So imagine this. You have a swing plane here. Swing plane is not going this way here. If the swing plane is horizontal, then you can just turn this way. But now it's inclined here. And with this, maybe thorax and above, these are relatively easy to turn around the spine axis. But the pelvis will be a bit more upright. And then the legs are completely upright here. So in this position, if you want to follow this path here, that this side should be high so that you can move along this plane here. But if this side collapses, then you're going this way here, right? So in order to maintain this plane motion here, let's put this here. So when you bend this slightly, this is swing plane. Yeah. So if the hands point at the ball here, then this is swing plane here. And then let's start backswing this way. This stays on the swing plane, and you're going here, directly going to this position here. Yeah. Now, in this one, you cannot move the hip backward that much. So again, this is the swing plane, and then you want to maintain this swing plane here, and then go up here. You have to keep the left hip a bit higher, right? But if you move the hip backward or sitting down, then you go flat. And it's not just a quick motion going here, rather this motion, using the body turn. So now let's do this. With this, swing 2, 3, all the way in the swing here. Now here, as you do this motion, it doesn't have to be really big. At most, maybe horizontal to horizontal here. Try to turn the whole upper body as one unit here. So you're turning this by using the legs, okay, instead of using the arms. Okay? So keep the hands pretty much in front of your body here. Swing, swing, swing. Maintain this motion you're going here. The swing. So as making the small motion, with that you are visualizing the swing plane. Now here, when you go this side here, your hands come here. Hands are low. Instead, the hands have to move this way. Okay. So again, this is your swing plane here. Then when you try to move both ways, maintain the swing plane, then you can keep the arms straight up to this point here, right? Yeah. Then the same thing. On this side, keep this straight here,
Yeah.
and your chest will point slightly upward here. Swing, then flex here. So when the arm is relatively straightened initially here,
Yeah.
using this motion, and then go here, go here. Instead of the hand goes in and then lift the
Yeah.
club head. And then if necessary, you can give a pronation, supination motion so that you have nice club head motion. And it's going a bit too flat here. So again, from here. So try to turn this way, turn this. Bring the shoulder high. You turn this way. Bring this shoulder high, then you're turning this way. So here,
Oh, okay.
more going this way. Okay?
Yeah.
And then in the backswing, the same thing. So more going this way here. So the hands are higher.
That makes sense. I feel it's like if I just use my legs and visualize where I want my hands to be, that's like when I try to turn my body.
And also, if you keep the wrist too rigid, then this happens. You hold it here, and you maintain this happens here. Yeah. Instead, later you will have a supination of the forearm here. Yeah. You are really throwing, and then hands are going up. With this motion here, with this motion, the hands are moving higher. Again, have the feel of throwing this ahead of your body on this side here. Okay? Yeah. So let it go ahead of your body. So still you're turning body a little bit and then go flat here.
I can feel my hip dip at the top.
So again, a lot of things are happening when your shoulder is still closed here in the backswing. Yeah. From here, using this motion here, you are generating good speed. And then simply continue this motion all the way here. Yeah. So you are pretty much throwing a frisbee here. Instead of using this one here, you're using this arm and throw. So you have to generate good speed here. Yeah. Let it go. That plane is good. So in order to adjust the plane, you have to use your wrist and forearm so that you have to really let the white ball go toward the target. Yes. Instead of pulling it in. When you're rigid, your wrist is rigid, what happens, you tend to pull this in here. But when you let the wrist go here, then you will be able to maintain the plane. Yes. Now the plane is a lot cleaner here, instead of pulling it in. And then you're letting the white ball go ahead of everybody.
When I let it go, I just feel my hands.
Yes. This motion. So always feel the motion of the white ball around your body. Yeah. This is the goal instead of the hand. Yeah. Now your wrist motion is it looks a lot more comfortable. So natural motion means comfortable motion. It's not forced. And then also the motion should be simple. Okay? Simple means that you have a consistent swing plane. And in order to maintain the swing plane, you have to use the wrist and the forearm so that the club head can keep moving along that plane instead of keeping the wrist rigid. So this is the common issue with the lefties. About 8 or 9 out of 10, you will see that the dragging pattern here, jumping.
I feel every lefty I know has a strong grip like this.
Yeah.
Also
So what you need to practice a lot is using this wrist complex here. Flip and let it go. Flip and let it go. Flip and let it go. This is simple motion. Swing, swing, swing. You really have to use the wrist and the forearm complex to allow the stick to move along the swing plane. But if it's rigid and you try to force it, then hand and the end of the stick, particularly this is light, so the hands and the end of the stick won't move well here. You have to use this motion here. And then keep the arms reasonably away from your body so that your body does not block the arm motion. Okay? Again, easy wrist, but not completely loose. You use the wrist and the forearm motion. Yes, yes, yes. That plane is really good. And then on the way down, imagine that you have a drum here. You're hitting the drum on the way down. Boom, here. Then you'll be able to early activate. This motion of using this and then let it go is very different from you go up here and then drag this all the way here, so that the club goes away from your body. It's very different. So hit the drum on the way down. That will allow you to early activate. Yes, yes. So when you early activate the muscles and they develop good speed, then on this side is just continuation of that motion. Yes, simply continuation of that motion, right? This is good. So then you can introduce the visual target, and then touch, touch, touch. So try to maintain reasonable position, and then try to touch the tip of the T. So
Start here or do I start here?
try to stay as much as far away as possible, but you should be able to touch it.
Oh, okay.
So instead of bringing the hands close to your body, try to keep it more away. I think you can go back a bit more. Yeah. So when the body lifts up, and then you cannot touch it. So again, so move forward a little bit, move forward a little bit. So as you swing, like say 3 times here, each time touch, 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 both ways. Yeah. Eyes too close, I think it's too close. Yeah. Yeah, you have to lean a bit forward. That's the idea. But as you turn, as one unit here, touch, 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 both ways. Yeah, this happens because the hole is a bit big. So when you practice, have a visual target, the T, and then as you swing once, twice, 3 times, both ways, touch, 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 and then go back, and then touch here. That way you can maintain the axis.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can actually reach a lot more than you think. So now that's your visual target. So that way you can, particularly when, in your case, when your right arm is well extended here, then you have consistent distance. Because the arm is well extended, you cannot go any further while maintaining this body posture, right? So this is the farthest you can go. And then when you just extend the arm, then you have consistent cleaved pad. But when you pull this, it's a different story. Depending on how much you pull, the distance changes. So reasonably extend, and then as you swing through, maintain that. Yes, so that you don't have to worry about the distance. And then, so using a camera, record the down the line view, and using the high-speed option, and see where your club head passes during the preparatory motion and the actual downswing.
Yeah.
Currently, in the actual downswing, your head tends to go a bit closer to your body.
If I stand like this in my practice swing, I always it's here, not here. It's much
So that means your body is moving backward. So you have to pay attention to that. And then try to maintain that axis angle and then swing through instead of swing and then lifting up.
Yeah. I also have a tendency of, even in the takeaway, I'll be standing like this, and before I start, I move backwards. Everything goes inside there.
Yeah. So have the image of the axis here and your arms here, then just try to move this around while maintaining good balance here. Part of the reason why you have to move backward is because you feel you're unbalanced.
Yeah.
So then, if you are a bit leaning forward here, then you want to gain the balance and then try to start.
Yeah. I know, I try a lot to be balanced, but it's still always moving.
So even if you are leaning, still you can move the pelvis backwards a little bit so they have good balance here. So you can maintain that axis.
I also feel it's easier, swinging right now, it's easier to maintain the axis when I'm not turning the body. I'm actually just trying to move the arms.
Throw.
And then it automatically just turns with it. So it's not this, it's here.
Yeah, using this motion and then throw and continue this motion instead of intentionally try to pull this in. Yes. That plane was really good. Yeah. Maintaining that plane. So you have good acceleration here and using that and let it go instead of try to put a lot of effort on this side. Then you tend to pull, you go inward, bring the club head inward. And a good extended arm here. So with that, you have a consistent distance. So once you know where the club head is moving, so even if your initial setup and the downswing, if the club head position is a bit different, then you can compensate that in the setup position, right? But make sure you know where the club head is passing through.
Yeah.
And then eventually when you hit the ball, then obviously if it doesn't go back to that point, then you will miss the ball.
Yeah.
And then no exaggerated body turn this way in the end of downswing. End of downswing here.
Okay.
So when your body turns a lot, that means you put a lot of effort here.
Yeah.
So with that, you cannot stop right away, so you turn a lot.
Yeah.
If you put a lot of effort here, then swing, and this is a slow down here.
Yeah.
So you can finish reasonably.
Yeah.
So you have to have active motion here, and then throw, instead of try to put a lot of effort on this side here. So.
And in the backswing, what I feel is when I start, I use my legs and hands, and then
You use the pelvis and guide it.
Use the pelvis and then just guide the white ball, and then from here just turn to the top.
Yeah. So you have a straight expressway to this position instead of spin and then lift.
Yeah.
So you have to move the pelvis in such a way that the hands automatically. So from here, you tend to introduce the early wrist cock, but just let it go, this way first, and then going this way here later.
Yeah.
The hands are still too close, so the hands are going here. Instead, again, this shoulder is going backward too much. So here, we'll go this way.
Okay.
Then you see the hands are automatically here, and then it's here.
Yeah.
So when you continue that, it's a simple backswing motion. So again here, when you keep the stick in front of your chest here and then turn, this is so when you turn, then this is turning this way here.
Yeah, and then
Then automatically your hands are going around.
Yeah, so it's not.
Your hands are here
It's
instead
not
of going
this.
inward.
It's
Yes, yes, yes. Yep.
Makes sense.
So the pelvis motion promotes that simple motion here. So now, so use the 3 swings and then let it go. Then go to your normal swing.
Okay.
So remember the rhythm,
Yeah.
and then execute your normal swing. So that's the pre-shot routine.
Yeah.
Here it's too low, it's too rigid. Let it go, let it go.
Yeah. Okay.
And then go down, and now this is actual swing.
Oh, okay.
Now, so remember that, and then go actively backswing, and then let it go. Okay? That allows you to feel the overall flow. So this is the strategy. It's a matter of strategy.
Yeah.
You have to connect the pre-shot routine and your actual swing, and then maintain similar movement pattern. The wrist is cocking too early. Just remember if you, it's too early. Yeah. So when you have shoulder motion like this, the hands are going here.
Yeah.
Keep moving, make a large arc, and then let it go
Okay.
here instead of quickly going here. Go around, and then at the end you have wrist cut.
Sometimes it's easier to keep it on plane if you just hinge the wrist.
And then you turn it this way a bit too much. So when you turn quite a bit, then you finish positions like this.
Yeah.
That means the body turned too much in the downswing. So instead, go here, from here, and then throw and stand up on this side here. So the right leg is more extended. Stand, yeah. Connect the backswing to downswing here. Yes. So using the wind up, and then let it go instead of go here, starting all over again. So again, you are a Jedi. That's a lightsaber. Wang, yes. Using the wind up. Wang, instead of wang. Still in the downswing, you are sort of too centered here. It's okay to let the body shift away. It's actually more natural.
Yeah.
So have a little bit of lateral shift motion.
Yeah.
So go here, and then here. So we have this wide stance here. That means we have more room for motion here.
Yeah.
But if you don't move laterally, just a spin here,
Yeah.
then you're losing the meaning of this wide
I
stance.
try to move laterally, but like even in my trigger, I move forward a bit, but then I don't move back. I just end up.
So intentionally try to move this way a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can do that.
Okay.
So let's use the trigger, using the trigger, and then move this way a lot. Let's see. That looks better. Again, it's still your body is not moving that much.
It felt like.
So what happens is, go here. Initially, you are shifting away, but by the time this turning here, you are recentering the body here.
Yeah.
So still coming back to the initial position.
Yeah.
So don't worry about shifting away as long as you recenter. Yeah, that motion will add dynamics here.
Yeah.
So instead of from here, just turning around, okay, always shift away a little bit and return.
Yeah.
So the reason why we have 2 legs and then wide stance, that means we have more room for lateral motion here.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you start the backswing motion with the pelvis, actually if you shift away and then start turning, when you shift and then turn, you can bring this high up here. But if you just spin, it goes flat. So that way you can have a more active backswing. Now again, let's use a stage 3. So one trigger motion, that's your pre-shot routine, and then your regular swing. And from there, your regular swing. And have a bit more time at the top. This is light, so you can quickly come down, but when the club is heavier, then because of the inertia, you have to take a bit more time at the top. So BJ. That doesn't mean you slow down the whole thing. Motion is still faster, but at the top, have more time. So, and when you deal with a different object, because of difference in the inertia, so it will require a different amount of time. This is light, so you can easily reverse the direction. But so now let's go to something heavier here.